Hi everyone, in this video today you're going to learn how the automation of the website, lead generation website and CRM system works, where we will cover how the lead registers. We will also cover Twilio and the automated MLS listing search that goes out. Currently, we are on the listings page of the lead generation website, which is the page that the consumer will come to once they've clicked on one of your ads. When you click on any one of the properties, it will pull up a property for you to view. And as you can see, there's this pop-up blocking me from seeing the listing on the website. So I have two choices. I could register right here, or I can try to bypass by clicking view full listing to be able to view the property in another page. So here's the page that we're trying to see the property, and as you can see, there's a second pop-up here blocking me from seeing the property details. When people register, they're going to get full access to all the listings, be able to view all the photos, receive any instant updates and any new listings that come up, and they'll also be accepting the terms of use and privacy policy. What that means for you as realtors is it means that you are fully compliant and authorized to contact the leads via phone, email, or text. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to register so that you can see how all this works. And put in my name and my phone number and hit register. It'll just take a moment. Now that I've registered, as you can see, the property information has opened up. One of the things that will happen is you will get notified on your phone that somebody has registered on the site, either through text or email. And the second thing that will happen is the consumer or the person who is registered, like myself, on the site will receive what is called an account activation email. Now, the point of that email is to validate the consumer's email address. So as long as that email reaches the consumer's inbox and doesn't go to spam, junk mail, or trash, the email will automatically validate. Now, there's a few ways that we can look at the property. We can scroll through the photos this way, click on a photo, and we can scroll through this way. We can scroll down and see some basic information and any similar properties. We can see the street view of the property, map view. We can share it through social media. And if we want to make the property a favorite, we can do so by clicking like listing. When we go back to the properties, what you're going to see is the listings page, and as you can see, all these listings are blurred out. That's because these listings are what we call val listings, and val listings require a secondary validation process to register. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go into my email and I'm going to validate myself through email, which will just take a moment. And now that I have done that, when I hit refresh, what you're going to see happen is all the listings will become open for me to be able to view. Now that I'm able to see all the listings, I can click on a listing directly from the home screen listings page here to view that listing. So as you see, here's that listing, and now from this main screen here, I can view the property directly from here. And if I want to make it a favorite, I can click on the heart if I want to here, or I can just go out and I can click on the heart here, which just slightly grayed out there. I don't know if you saw that. And so now from here, we're going to go into the CRM system. Oh, there it goes. There's that little heart there. So now if I hit refresh here to bring my lead into the CRM, you can see that my lead has come through right at the top of the CRM system. That's because when people register, they register in real time, and always the most current registrant will always be at the top of the CRM system. The system will record the actual date and time that somebody has registered, along with the website that they've registered from and the approximate location they're located in. This is not an exact pinpoint. This is based on the client's service provider for their internet and the IP address that is given to them to be utilizing the internet on their computers or devices. So when you look at that, you want to take it with a grain of salt and just think of it in terms of a 30-kilometer radius, give or take, and just know that this information is letting you know whether or not they're local. The information section here will show you the client's name, phone number, email. As you can see, my email has been validated, and it's been validated simply because the email that I received from the system of the account activation link was received by me, and it did not bounce back, along with the fact that I validated myself by going into the email and validating my account. The phone number, as you see here, also shows valid, and that being valid is because in the last contact section here, you'll see that a text message was delivered to me. Now, sometimes you may find that a client's text phone number actually shows a black icon, and that usually means unknown. And in those cases, that would be in an instant when the text message has failed going out. So if a text message fails going out, that does not mean that the phone number is invalid, unless visually when you look at the number, you can tell that it is a 100% invalid number. So if it said 647-123-4567, clearly that's an invalid number. You would then want to choose from the pull down menu and mark it as invalid, which would be a red icon. Obviously, my number is valid, so therefore it is a green icon, not a black icon. But again, it would be a black icon if in fact the text message failed going out, because the system does not know whether or not that phone number could be a landline phone number, meaning a home or business number. The pipeline status when people come through will typically come through originally as new lead. My pipeline here shows tried to contact at this point because a text message was delivered to me. The price range here shows you the average or approximate price as to what the client was looking at on your website at the time that they registered. The activity section here will show you when the client was last active, and if you hover over the house, it'll show you the MLS numbers, and a property search has automatically been created based on how the client searched on your site. If you look at the last contact section here, it'll show you when the client was last contacted by phone, by email, and again by text message. So by going and clicking on their name, you go into the client's profile, and when you're in the profile, you've got more information here. These are all the different text messages that have been sent to me to my direct number, and so therefore that is why the pipeline is showing as tried to contact. Now, if I go ahead and I send a message back, like I say test message, what's going to happen is you will get that message back on your cell phone in your text messaging system on your cell phone, and that same message will also get recorded here within the CRM system, as you can see here. Because this message was recorded here, the pipeline has automatically changed to made contact. With respect to the pipeline will only automatically change from new lead to tried to contact to made contact. The rest of the pipeline from set meeting onward, you will need to manually change on your own. Because you have Twilio, or you might have Twilio, Twilio is what makes this text messaging system work. If you have Twilio and your system is working this way through the text messaging, then you will also have the capability of calling out directly from the CRM system. To do that, you would simply click on the phone number and click Dial Lead. When you click on Dial Lead, you get this pop-up, which is what we call the dialer. You want to allow the microphone so that you're able to speak through the computer while you're calling out to your lead. And you want to hit the green button to talk and the red button to hang up. When you hang up from your call, what you're going to see is that call has been recorded for 6 seconds in this case. And once you hung up, this save and continue button appeared. Now, before you click that save and continue, what we want you to do is we want you to log your phone call by coming to the pull down menu here, which is the call results menu. You want to choose from the call results menu first. In this case, I'm going to say called, no message left, but you want to choose a call result that best suits your call based on what happened on that call. So I choose called, no message left, and now in the little notes section here, I'm going to leave a message, lead not there, try again, and then hit save and continue. Now, if I go to the notes and calls section, what you're going to see is that call was recorded right here. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. Right here, where you can see my name, the phone number I was calling, how long that call lasted. Here is the note I left myself. Here is the playback button to be able to play back that call, the download button to download that call, the call result, who called, and then of course the date and time of that call. Now, sometimes you may find an occasion where you do not use Twilio to call out and you've used either a landline phone number or your direct number to call somebody, and that's great. What you want to make sure you do is that you come back into the CRM in the notes and calls section here and you log that phone call. Now, you want to be careful and make sure that you distinguish the difference between a note and a call. So the note is the automatic default, so you want to make sure you choose call. When you choose call when you're logging a phone call, you'll notice it opens up new options for you. And here you have your calendar where you can log the date and time of that phone call. If, let's say, you had a call that was a previous date, you can backdate that call if need be, or you can just log on the day that you're logging your call currently. So you're going to choose the date and the time of that call. You're then going to go to where the call results are. And again, you're going to choose an option in terms of talking to that lead. When you go ahead and choose an option, you then want to write again a note as to what happened with that call. So we can say here, got valid voicemail system, correct person, and then hit save. What you're going to see has happened is that call has been recorded the exact same way that initial call was that we made through Twilio. The only difference between the two phone calls is this one has an audio file, this one does not. When we look over to the left here, we see the lead stats here where it shows the client's information in terms of their name, when they registered, and of course, when they were last contacted and how. The activity section here will show you when the client was last active. The overview will show you what they were looking at in its entirety on your website with everything that they've searched. Hovering over the house again shows you the number of properties and the MLS numbers that they were looking at. A property search has automatically been created based on how they searched on your site. When you click on the more details here, you can see all the properties that the client was interested in and if they've made any of them a favorite. Over to the left here, the analytics, you've got the average price of what the client was looking at, bedroom and bathroom, property type, and location, including any community areas. On the map display here, it will show you on the map where those properties are. When you scroll down underneath the pipeline, you've got here the saved listing search area where you can see the MLS search that's automatically been created for the client. The MLS search will go out to the client automatically every 24 hours, so once a day, starting after the first 20 minutes that somebody has registered. When you click on this edit button here, it opens up the filters of the MLS search where you can see how many listings are being sent out. Scrolling down shows you the properties themselves, and you can see the criteria where you can edit any of those filters. If we were to go ahead and change the filters, let's say we change this to $1 million and apply the filter, we're now down to 161 listings. You can add filter items just like you would with your MLS as well. For example, let's say I added some bedrooms or a bedrooms range and I apply the filter. I'm now down to 135 listings. Any of the changes that you make here, you want to make sure you update it to save it. When you scroll down, you'll notice there are 3 clocks here. That's because you have the capability of sending listings up to 3 times per day. To do that and send listings up to 3 times per day, you want to open up the tabs below the clocks to make these clocks active. To change the time on the clock, simply click on the clock itself and choose the numbers higher or lower in numbers, keeping in mind and remembering that these clocks are 24-hour military clocks, so you want to be careful not to choose too late in the day or too early in the morning. You'll notice you can change the frequency of the listings going out from up to 3 times per day to once a week, once every 2 weeks, or once a month. Again, any of the changes you make here, you want to update to save it. Now that we've gone ahead and made changes to the MLS listing search, you're going to want to send the revised listing search out to your client right away. To do that, you want to click this Force Campaign Execution button and then click Yes. Now, if you go up to the email section here, you can see all the emails that have been sent to the client thus far. And when you click on any one of those emails, you can see all the details of what's being sent to them, so you always know what they're looking at. The last thing to show you is our Tasks Manager here. When you click on the Tasks tab, you can create tasks for your leads. When you're creating a task, we recommend that you do not use or create your everyday regular routine tasks. You want to create tasks that are unique to the lead that you need to action, something to follow up or follow through with and move them through your sales cycle. To show you how to create a task, simply type in a message or a title of the task. For example, follow-up call. You could just say call lead and see if mortgage approved. As an example, you're going to either choose not started, in progress. I would just leave it as not started, whether or not it's a high, low, or normal priority. Choose the date that you want to follow up with. So let's just say on the 12th. And you want to choose the time. I'm going to keep it at 10 a.m. and then hit save. Now you're going to see that that follow-up task here is here. It is also underneath the lead's name. If you go to the home screen here, you can see it here on the Tasks Manager as well. If you want to see your daily tasks, simply click on the task notification in the top right corner. It'll show you your daily tasks here and when they're due within a few hours of them being due. And if you want to see your tasks in calendar format, simply click Go to Calendar there, and you can see your tasks in calendar format. That's everything with our automated portion and first part of our lead generation training system. Please feel free to connect with your personal trainer within Agent Locator, and they can answer any further questions for you. Thank you and have a great day.